So again, Petaluma 360, this is Wiki Verma here with the famous, sometimes infamous, Rich Gosse. Rich, thank you for being here with us today.
Thanks for the invitation.
Okay, Rich, you are known as the international expert of the dating scene.
Right.
How did you come about to get that name and that reputation? That sounds interesting.
Well, I started out not knowing how to date, scared to death of rejection, afraid to approach women, and I had to conquer that fear, and once I learned how to do it, I decided to go out and help other people in the same way. I do 100 parties a year. When people ask me, what do you do for a living? I party. And it's a fun way to pay the bills.
It sounds like the James Bond of the single scene, right?
I don't know about that. There's nothing secret about it.
Right?
Yeah.
So, how often do these parties happen?
Well, I do 100 parties a year, so it averages out to 2 a week. I never skip a week, so 52 weeks out of the year I do parties, usually on the weekends.
And I know we covered this before a little bit, but is there really a market for this? Meaning, you know, what you do, singles, are there really that many singles to take advantage of these opportunities that you're bringing? Sure,
40% of adults in America are single, so 7 million people in the Bay Area, for example, so you know there's got to be over 1 million singles out there that are looking for love.
And let's assume the same thing. Population of Petaluma is about 55,000 or so.
Sure, so you figure there's got to be at least 10,000 adult singles looking for love, probably a lot more than that.
So, and I'm pretty sure all these people are going to be looking at this. What advice would you give Petaluma to say, hey, these are the steps that you should be taking to enjoy the single life and maybe change that?
Sure, well, you've got so many single people to choose from right here in Petaluma, or if you've got a car, you can drive up to Santa Rosa or drive down to Marin County where I live, or go into San Francisco, another 700,000 people down there. There's just an infinite number of people to choose from, and all you have to do is leave the safety and comfort of your home and take a chance, put your ego on the line, and introduce yourself to somebody.
Yeah, and it sounds so easy. So if
well, it's not easy. It sounds easy, but it isn't easy. I mean, let's face it, conquering the fear of rejection is one of the greatest challenges that anybody can have.
So, rejection, it hurts.
It hurts.
Right, so if there's a beautiful woman over there that I want to speak to, I have this problem. My own self-thoughts kind of say, Wiki, you're not going to do that. Wiki, she's too good for you. She's probably married, single, her boyfriend's across the room. She's going to throw her drink at your face and point at you and laugh.
Well, here's the irony, Wiki. There was a graduate student who actually did a study in singles bars, and what he did was he walked up to all the women in the singles bar and he used the exact same opening line so that it would be scientific. His opening line was, having a nice time tonight? And he walked up to all the women there, you know, the good-looking women and the not-so-good-looking women and the older women and the younger women and the women who were 10s and the women that were 5s, asked all the women to use the exact same opening line. And of course he figured the really beautiful women would be stuck up and he wouldn't be able to, you know, succeed with them. And here's what he found out. He found out you were just as likely to be rejected by a woman you found unattractive as you were by a beautiful woman. The beautiful woman was just as friendly, just as likely, or just as unlikely to reject you as a woman that you found unattractive. So if that's the case, you might as well go for whatever you fantasize about, whatever is your picture of a wonderful person, that's the person you should go for. You're just as likely to be rejected by somebody that is wrong for you as somebody who's right for you.
What are some steps you would recommend that people take to meet that somebody, or things that they can do next time they're out and about to make that move to find that right connection?
Well, there are 3 easy rules. I tell people finding love is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Number 1, which you already said, you're already out of the house. Get out of the house. Most single people stay home 7 nights a week and can't understand why they never meet anybody. So number 1, get out of the house. Number 2, go where the ducks are. Go where there are lots of people of the opposite sex who are single that you're likely to find attractive. Go where the ducks are. Right. And then number 3, initiate contact. Now that's the tough one, because we were talking about that earlier. You have to be willing to put your ego on the line, make that first move, take a chance on being rejected. And again, that's one of the great challenges, is willingness to take rejection.
So, events coming up. You mentioned you have events all over. What are some events that are happening in the not too distant future?
Well, up here in the North Bay, I do more events than anywhere else in the Bay Area because I live in the North Bay, so it's real convenient for me. So for the end of this year, New Year's Eve, the biggest party night of the year, of course, we do the giant New Year's Eve bash at the Flamingo Resort Hotel in Santa Rosa with a huge ballroom. So, and then we have the annual Marin Singles Convention coming the first Friday of the new year, January 6th, down in Tiburon at the fancy restaurant Servino's Ristorante, right on the water with the spectacular view of San Francisco. So we have the really nice locations, because if you're going to meet someone special, why not meet them at a special location? Holidays are amongst us. Best time to look for love, because nobody likes being single during the holidays. Nobody wants to go to the office party alone. Nobody wants to go to the family party alone. Everybody wants to have a date. So this is the one time of the year that everybody is the most motivated to meet new people.
So where would you meet, where are places people would go to meet singles?
Well, obviously I'm prejudiced. The best place to find love is at one of my singles parties. Just go onto my website, thepartyhotline.com. You'll see 100 parties a year. But of course,
here with the internationally acclaimed Rich Gosse. Rich, thank you so much.
My pleasure, Wiki.
Cool.